All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Esposito, 6th grade science, Ralph Chandler Middle School, and
Mr. Goff, 6th grade math,
Ralph Chandler Middle School. Moms and dads, what did we do today? A lot of information, a lot going on today. We went over station symbols, we went over all those little symbols. What do they mean? A lot going on. Look on the left-hand side of their ISNs. You're going to see all these symbols. So what does all this mean? We gave them an example on top. On top of all those symbols, there's an example. I said, Mr. Esposito, why do we have to do this example? I said, because when you go home tonight, your mom and dad, they might look at it and they say, oh, this is what you do with all those symbols. This is how you make sense of it. And this is how you do make sense of it, okay? This is an example of all the symbols that we covered, okay? That's an example. Better off, if you look in their ISNs, you can look at it close up. This is basically what we're going over right now. Station models, okay? Basically, this circle in the middle, you see that? That tells us the sky coverage. Basically, this is half and half. Basically means about 50% of the sky is covered with clouds.
Basically.
Okay? That goes in the center. Then you have another arrow. You see this? Not an arrow, another line. That line tells us the direction in which it's moving.
Oh.
Because it's between north and east, it's blowing or it's moving in the northeast region. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Area. This little flag is just one of many, many, many symbols that we covered today. And that means it's moving about 20-something miles per hour, okay? This right here, this little symbol right here, this means it's drizzling outside. Rain. That goes in the middle. The temperature goes on the upper left-hand corner. Precipitation goes right there. Underneath that, that's the dew point. Right here, you see another 45. Well, this is the barometric pressure. This is telling us what the barometric pressure is. And we're going to go over that a little bit more in about 2 or 3 days, okay? And this is exactly how it has to be set up. If you look at that example, temperature, precipitation, dew point, barometric pressure, sky coverage, direction, and wind speed. Okay?
That's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot to know. It's really difficult. You're going to have to, we might even go over this for another full day, just doing examples, because it's hard. It's like a foreign language. So I'm showing you this one, so hopefully you'll look at their example, you'll look at their symbols, and you'll be able to put this together, and wow! Maybe you can call me tomorrow and say, Mr. Esposito, what do I have to go back to college? Because it's really, if you haven't seen this, it is hard. Okay? But a lot of excitement here. Take it away. Tell them what you do in your class.
Okay, in math today, in Math 6, okay, we are talking about circles and things like that, and today, guess what we talked about? The area of a circle, okay? So, yesterday we talked about radius, circumference, diameter, things like that. We got that, you got the kids used to that. Now kids, today, area of a circle. That's just pi r squared. And guess what? Pi is 3.14. We all know that. We've been talking about that. Pi Day is coming up in 2 weeks. We're celebrating Pi Day, March 14th.
And it looks like, Mr. Goff, you already have some.
Well, those are from last year.
From last year. Examples from last year.
Oh,
samples of student work.
Samples of student work so they can see what they need to do.
Right. That's
now,
best practice, by the way.
That is best practice, showing them samples. Now, you have a circle. You've got your radius from the center out, right? Oh, there we go.
John Dunn, please report to the main office. John Dunn, report to the main office, please.
All right. Well, now, so if the radius is, let's say it's 6 inches, well, you're going to say, oh, radius is 6 inches. I'm going to plug that into this r right here because that means radius. And so now what I'm talking about is pi times 6 squared. We're just plugging into formulas.
Excellent. Hey.
6 squared means 6 times 6. So the answer is 36 pi inches squared.
Okay. So what was the answer come out with to be?
What would the answer come out to be?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. This, in 6th grade, you leave the pi symbol. You do not use 3.14. You just leave pi.
I'll leave pi.
And
okay.
6 squared is 36. So we have 36 pi. What are we talking about here? Inches squared. So your answer is actually 36 pi inches squared.
Excellent. Wow.
Now, we talked about that in class. I just wanted to show you a little example. But we're talking about that in class, and tomorrow we're going to continue talking about the area of circles. So we're not learning anything new tomorrow. We're not moving on to another unit, just circles, today and yesterday. And now, Math 7, we start our test, the test on probability. Okay? So we've got our test on probability tomorrow and Friday into Math 7. Math 6, we're continuing talking about circles. Okay? So that's it. That's what we got
That's
going
it.
on.
It's looking good, and
All right.
we've got our cups out here, and we've got our little, ooh, look at this. We've got our little brochures. The Goff Esposito team will be passing these out. We're going to have a lot of things going on.
At
There you
the
go, moms
middle
and dads.
school conference this
Middle
this
school
weekend.
conference. We got a lot. Guess what? We're going to be presenting the middle school conference, moms and dads. Hey, how to use YouTube in the classroom.
Yeah. We're teaching other teachers how to do
Yep,
it.
effectively. Keep the kids actively engaged in our task. It's going to be a lot of excitement. It's going to be a lot of fun. 2 thumbs up. We'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Goff, Mr. Esposito, 6th grade
Chin,
science,
6th grade math.
Ralph Chandler Middle School.